All right, are you ready for today's question?
Let's have it.
All right, let's see. Describe your perfect day.
70 degrees, partly cloudy skies. No, cool weather, not cold. Don't like that either.
Yeah.
Cool weather, nice breeze, sunny outside, low humidity, and nothing on my schedule, please. Perfect day.
Okay, all right.
What's yours?
When I think about like days where I'm like, oh, this was such a good day, I do agree that it usually happens in fall.
Yeah.
The weather is nice, the humidity is low. I get really excited around football season, like when we're going to the game. We're able to bring Levi sometimes. So like when all three of us are there, it feels really nice outside. You're like smelling all the smells of like the food cooking and stuff. And you know you're going to go like have this really good, exciting day. Like that honestly is like seriously a perfect day for me.
So, I mean, speaking of fall, what are other things outside of football? Because we know football is life.
Football is life here in the South.
So what other things you guys like to do as a family in the fall?
I really love going to the pumpkin patch.
Yes.
Miss Heather's pumpkin patch, I think, is a must in the fall. And you get to go, pick a pumpkin. There's like tons of activities to do. So that I really enjoy. We also really like going to Barnhill Preserve. They also do a pumpkin patch, and they've got like animals, and it's like a big farm, and both of them take you like way out in the country. So there's kind of, I think, something special about that, kind of getting away from the hustle and bustle of things.
It feels like a true field trip.
It does. It does. So those are some favorite things. I mean, honestly, just in the fall, because fall, I feel like usually once we hit that cooler weather, it is the best time to do things outside. So like I want to do outside things at that point in the year.
Definitely more of a desirable temperature.
Yeah.
We are fall people. Have all but one birthday is in the fall season in our house. So in between football games is balancing birthdays. So we get a lot of that, but we do the pumpkin patch, and when it's not wet outside, we will do the corn maze. That is one of those things that gets a little nasty when it's not dried out because of all the hay and stuff. But the other thing that's become a tradition, which is more Halloween, but in fall time, we do the haunted hike at the Bluebonnet Swamp, and the kids love it, even though it doesn't really change any from year to year, but it's one of those things that even my oldest, who sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I get it, you don't want to do this, but she still really enjoys it.
Yeah.
So it's good to have those things that even though they're getting older, they're traditions, and they really love to do those things.
I think when you make family traditions that you stick to year after year, there is something really special about that. And fall's a great time to do that kind of stuff because, it does seem to be a lot more going on. There's a lot more activities planned,
a lot.
We haven't done the corn maze yet. I feel like Levi's kind of just hitting that age where we're going to maybe try that this year. But yeah, I feel like there's always something to do. That we've got Boo at the Zoo.
Yeah,
here.
We've done that both the Baton Rouge Zoo and the New Orleans Zoo, which those experiences are, believe it or not, different. So you can do both, but they're still like a lot, and my kids don't need the candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't actually eat it. So
that, Levi's all about the candy, but we never finish Halloween candy. We never finish, I end up throwing it away because it will sit there, and it's not that I won't let him. I mean, I won't let him sit down and eat the whole bucket, but I'm like, eat a couple of pieces.
Because either you eat it or I will, and then I'm going to really feel some kind of way.
Well,
I've eaten all your Snickers already.
We do abide by the parent tax on,
especially for French fries.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely, if I see York Mints in there, I am taking the York Mints. Maybe a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup,
Depending on how you feel.
Right? I won't take all of those because he will eat those, but, I might take one. The York Mints he won't really, miss. He would prefer something else. But Halloween is a huge thing in our neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's so weird to me because I am a Christmas connoisseur, honestly. I mean, I want all the things. I want the giant light bulb yard things. I want garland. I want all of that for Christmas. Like, I love Christmas.
All the Christmas drama. The Hallmark movie is what she wants.
That's what I want. Halloween has never really been big on my agenda. But let me tell you, I moved into the wrong neighborhood for that.
You're like, how do you celebrate Halloween in this neighborhood? That's just next screening question.
Yeah. I mean, literally, I'm surprised that's not a requirement.
I literally want
the HOA docs.
I literally want to buy a golf cart just for Halloween.
Yeah.
Because of how that's how you do it here. You ride around on your Halloween cart. Basically is what it is.
Yeah.
To go trick-or-treating because kids don't want to walk. Our neighborhoods are too big for them to walk at all.
Yeah, there's no way you can walk our whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, we usually just do our street from that end to this end.
Well, I don't want to be throwing away that much candy is what happens.
Yeah.
Like, I feel a little level of guilt with letting my kids get that much candy, knowing they don't eat any of it. If it's really not Starburst, maybe Skittles, they're not eating them.
Yeah.
I'm eating everything else.
Agreed.
Which, I mean, and then now, I mean, it's not like when I grew up and it was Tootsie Rolls and Sweet Tarts.
Oh, no.
It's legit. Like, if you don't have legit candy, your light ain't on.
Yeah.
Your light isn't on.
I mean, we have a few people that do full-size candy bars here. And I'm like, I mean, when I tell you thousands of children, it's wild here. I usually buy like 8 to 10 big bags of candy. Like, I start stocking up probably when they start putting Halloween candy out, I grab a bag every time I go to the store. So it's not like I'm spending $300 on candy in one sitting, you know?
Well, I made this mistake for the girl's birthday, big Hocus Pocus birthday party. I bought this cauldron. It was just so cool. Mm-hmm. Well, it's an endless pot. It's like a mom bag.
Oh, yeah.
To where, like, you keep pouring stuff in there and you feel like it's not full, it's not enough.
Yeah.
And then you end up left with half the candy.
Yeah.
So then I also have past trauma from running out of candy one year.
Yeah.
Which I mean, my husband never lets me forget. Yeah. He's probably going to hear this and, like, laugh and be like, yeah, I remember. You were giving out way too much candy and we ran out. Yeah. I've rectified that situation. Now we're left with a ton of candy.
Yeah.
So it's a different nightmare. You know.
The extra candy, it just usually goes to Dustin's office. I'm like, please take this. Like, we sorted through. We got the few things we wanted.
Yeah.
Take the rest of this junk and take it to your office and let them just eat on it. But yeah, they do. It's so serious here. Like, we definitely have more yard decorations. We have someone who does a legitimate haunted house in here.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if they hire staff, if this is their family. I straight up won't go in it because it looks terrifying to me. I don't do that. But, you know, outside of my neighborhood, I know we have a couple haunted houses here that make good fall activities.
I'm hoping, since I'm spending all this money for my 16-year-old's birthday, to go and do to Orlando to this gigantic theme park haunted house, that she wants to do the one that's local also. We'll see. It's like it's one of those things they're saying that they want to do, and I'm like,
do you really?
Do you? Like, I know you, but you know, hey, I'm let's see how it goes. Yeah. So, are you a carved pumpkin, painted pumpkin, or let that pumpkin be type person?
Aesthetically speaking, I am a let that pumpkin be kind of girl. Because if you let them be, they last a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
And so when I do my fall doorway, which I've already started working on.
I thought you weren't a fall person.
Well, you know, I still like to decorate. I got my little truck with the little pumpkins in the bag that sits out there. I found my new doormat. I don't know if you noticed.
Your football doormat.
My football doormat. Me and Dustin actually went to get a gift at this little gift shop, and
treat yourself.
I saw it and I said, I have to have that. Like, and even Dustin was like, that's a good doormat. I was like, okay. So we got that. I'm about to order a couple new fall wreaths, you know, type of thing. So, I mean, it's in the theme of like, all right, I want it to look good for a long time. I'm gonna let that pumpkin be. But when we start coming up on Halloween, we do typically let Levi carve a pumpkin or two, and he has a lot of fun with that. But I've typically bought the pumpkins, you know, the month before.
Yeah. So you're like, it's about to go out anyway. So no big deal.
I mean, they last a good 6 weeks if you don't carve them, I think. But yeah, when you start getting close, you know, usually into September I buy those.
So I give them the craft pumpkins, and so we'll do those. It's less
mess,
gook and gore and moldy pumpkin. So we will do those instead. And usually school will do an activity where they get to paint them if they get to go on a field trip.
Yeah.
Or even at Miss Heather's, there's like a station where you can color it with a marker.
Yeah.
So we kind of just stick to that because it was one time Jared was like, I don't understand why we never carve a pumpkin. I was like, okay, you carve that pumpkin. You let me know how it goes. And I mean, like, very soon after, it was starting to look very sad and depressed and because it was filling with mold.
I was about to say, I bet Jared really recognized why you don't.
Well, he's never asked again, so, you know. No.
He really realized, I don't think I want to do this anymore. So,
do you think fall is the perfect time to go to the zoo just for a regular day?
Yes. Oh my goodness. We do the zoo. That's really the only time we do the zoo. That and like, well, you know, fall and spring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like hot here.
Just hot.
And I just don't have the stamina. I don't know if it's age. When I think about being younger, and I was a lifeguard all summer long, 3 summers in a row, what the hell was I thinking? Like, I could never do that now.
You were young.
I was young, tanned, hanging out with my friends.
Sunglasses on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, having a grand old time making $3 an hour as a lifeguard. Now, my outside activities are saved for fall and sometimes winter if it's, you know, our winters like are hit or miss. I feel like we have a decent fall and then we go back to like, is it summer or is it blistering cold outside?
And it depends on the time of day.
It does.
You get both.
You do.
You get both in one day.
Depends on the time of day that you are going outside. So
yeah.
So I think for like a regular day, that's great. Like we try to do the aquarium during the summer because it's inside, you know, and air conditioned.
The new one is very nice. The renovated one is really nice.
I'm thinking about taking Levi before he goes back to school next week.
I think it's a solid idea, and then take him for a nice, cool mommy son lunch, or if Dustin goes down to New Orleans with you guys. But another tradition we actually have in the fall is that's because so many of us are aging up at that time of year is when we actually do our family photos.
Yes, I think that's a great time to do family photos because, again, it's tolerable outside.
Very tolerable.
We typically do family photos every fall, and it really is such an enjoyable, like, I look forward to it, even though the process is not always the greatest.
It's a good day if I don't yell at anybody multiple times. Yeah. Probably once in the panic to get out. Yeah. But usually it is just high anxiety. Yeah. Like picking the outfit for 5 people that now they don't have to be matchy-matchy. We don't even have to, we aren't getting them from the same store.
But they at least have to coordinate, you know, and it's stressful.
It's so hard because then like everybody has their different clothing personalities, and then like, you don't plan them before lunch. You have to plan them after everybody has eaten lunch because you need either first thing in the morning, which I am not good with mornings, or you have to plan them after lunch because no one can be hangry. Yeah. Because that'll wrap up a session real quick if you're hungry. But we have a collage of the years in our house of like every year where we've taken family photos. Yeah. And so we have it to kind of keep up with how the girls have aged, how we have aged over the past. Yeah. I think we've done it for a solid decade now, which is cool to see that. So it's funny, sometimes Dylan will look at them, she'll be like, where was I? And I was like, girlfriend, we didn't even know if we were going to do this again.
We have done them every year since Levi's been born. We did some newborn photos, like obviously right after he was born, and then that fall we started, and we've had, you know, great fall photos, and it's really funny to look back on every single year how he has grown. Yeah. I did have somebody give me like one of the greatest compliments I've ever received, and they said, wow, they were looking at some of our family photos over the years, and they said, you and Dustin have really, like, y'all have like grown up well. I'm trying to think of what they used. They said like a glow up. There we go. I'm like, they're like, y'all have grown up. I'll take it. Like, that's great. They're like, y'all look great now. And I'm like, thank you. You know, you don't always get that compliment as you age, but
no.
apparently we've had a glow up. So
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. So we've talked about family stuff and family activities. What about you and Jared? Like, what are y'all, do y'all have any traditions or just things that y'all are looking forward to doing this fall?
Well, my birthday is in the fall because I've mentioned that. But because I do not want a birthday party, it's not my thing. And
that birthday party episode didn't get you like really ready to.
No, it didn't. A fun fact: this is a weird thing. I'm actually a very introverted person, and I get overstimulated with large crowds of people.
Yeah,
and being the center of attention. So this is fine.
Yeah,
but in person is it's a lot. It's different for me. However, I do love that we tend to try and travel for each other's birthdays. It's the memory thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully that I am gifted with plane tickets somewhere. I saw the little Instagram reel that's popular right now. It's like girls just only want one thing that ends with a P and an S, and it's plane tickets.
Plane tickets, yeah.
Yeah, it's facts.
Facts. That's at least the number one thing.
Oh my God. But yeah, hopefully we do get to travel for my birthday. I know that Peyton and I will go on our trip.
Sure.
But just a nice couples trip where we get to just go hang out, and I don't want any gifts, but plane tickets.
So all right, Jared, if you're listening,
and I know that,
and I know you listen.
That's not true. I will take a juicer. If for some reason we can't accommodate the kids, being taken care of while we're gone, I'll take the juicer. It's weird. I'm into it. I love juicing. Anybody wants to know any more about juicing, just, let me know. But
how do we go from plane tickets and couples trip to juicing?
You just got to shoot your shot. You're like, hey, Jared, are you listening? So now we'll know if he's listening.
Tell me you're in your 30s without telling me you're in your 30s.
Kitchen appliances.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so a juicer, if you can't afford or make the plane tickets happen for whatever reason.
The juicer is pretty expensive.
Look, kitchen appliances, they're not cheap. I still want the vacuum sealer thing so that when I can like freeze things and they won't get freezer burnt.
Okay, we're old. We're old. Okay.
Well, let's pivot back to the topic.
So what about you and Dustin? What is something you guys have a tradition for the fall, or you guys are looking forward to this particular fall?
Yeah. We have a lot of concerts lined up. That's kind of our thing, live music. We always see, so one of our favorite bands is Better Than Ezra.
Oh, okay.
They're local, but they've made it big. Like he's like a big time, songwriter. They're pretty large, but they always come back every fall, usually the Friday before either like an Alabama game or the Florida game, like one of our big SEC games.
They're making it worth it to them.
Oh yeah. They're going to the game the next day without a doubt. And so they come in at LaBerge. It's usually on the lawn, and so it's really a great time. It's like it kind of adds to that like nostalgia. Of just, we've done it. I can't even tell you how many years we've done it. Definitely pre-Levi. We've pretty much since we've gotten together. That's been one of our things is Better Than Ezra concerts and just concerts in general. But that is definitely a fall tradition of ours. I think probably the only time I didn't go was whenever I was like big and pregnant, because it usually happens typically in November.
Okay.
And so I think maybe that was the only year we didn't go. But that is a fall tradition of ours that we're definitely looking forward to. In addition to all of our other, family, or not our family, but our other concerts and stuff, because we have a few tickets that we're
going to see Taylor Swift.
I do want to go see Taylor Swift. She just announced, but it's for 2024.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
It's like a whole year away.
I did go when she was at Tiger Stadium, and that was a really good concert.
She's one of those people that it's like iconic, It's the Bruno Mars. It's the Michael Jacksons. It's, that level of stardom and talent that like, I don't care if you like her music or not. You know that's going to be a good concert.
Yeah. I mean, I won't sell like an organ for it, but I think Beyonce would probably be an amazing show.
Yes.
But I'm like, I got to like save that kind of money for like
who
I have to see.
Yeah.
And I do love Beyonce. She just is not currently on that list for me.
Yeah.
And neither is Taylor Swift because I've at least seen her.
Yeah.
But Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic.
Yeah.
If man, I should maybe check to see if they're in Vegas and ask for that plane ticket.
I mean, that could actually, that could be like a quick little weekend getaway. So, but yeah, outside of that, I mean, we do have season tickets to the football games, so we love that. That's a big part of our life in the fall. And then really just outside of going to the football games, like on the away games, we love to host people. We want to cook all the good party foods, the wings, those little sandwiches,
the
7-layer dip, like, all the things, the sausages and the boudin and like all of it. I want all of it. And it's just like, all the dips. I mean, I'm getting hungry, like, thinking about it.
Oh my God, I think it's lunchtime. So to wrap up, what is one thing you think you want to do for yourself this fall?
Oh, wow. That's such a hard question. My mind always goes as either the things I want to do for my business or things that I want to do for my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, probably take a step back. Like, I have a lazy weekend that we don't do anything because that becomes a challenge in the fall for us.
Yeah.
Between birthday parties, football in general, just like trying to squeeze in all the family activities. I feel usually spread thin in the fall.
Yeah.
That I get to a point. So probably just like a weekend of sitting and chilling and doing nothing, not having anybody over, like just simple relaxation. What about you?
So I will probably pick a show to binge.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what's going to happen, just being honest. But yeah, I look forward to all the fall desserts, the apple things, the pumpkin spice things.
Yeah.
It's usually around your birthday, you're like, it's really treat yourself season. So,
there we go.
I'm going to treat myself.
There you go. Treat yourself with all the pumpkin spice, cinnamon, apple goodness.
Yeah, until you've had enough and you're like, okay, sugar cookies will do.
Yeah. My pants are starting to not fit.
That's exactly what happens. And then here's January for New Year's resolutions. So.
Right. Just in time for king cake season.
That is the trap.
It is. Well, all right. Well, we hope to hear about all of your favorite family activities in the fall. If you've got something special, we would love to hear about it.
Yeah. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.